In a previous video, I described different ways that I've encountered what people call narcissism, narcissist, whatever, but it's far more, and I would say complex than really people think, because when you hear people talk about it, they name the same things, but honestly, everybody is not the same. The people that I met were not alike, they were not similar, and some was more apparent, but there were some that was really sneaky. And it comes in the thing of family, friends, co-workers, kids. People don't believe this because you gotta understand their family dynamic as well. And yes, children. So you gotta understand like how stuff like this is really sadistic, and what people don't understand. It really, really is. And if you yourself have never encountered, please do not sit there and be like, oh, I can't, because you never encountered or seen it yourself. Okay, that's you. But there are a lot of times that people need to be quiet about things, because that's why a lot of people do not talk about it. It took me this long to actually talk about it. But the thing is, when I came back to the Lord exposed it to me, because I had no clue what it was. I knew that there was something wrong with these people. I just did not know what. But the thing is, you could tell that there were spirits behind it. And it got to the point to where the last situation that I was in that was so bad, that's when God exposed to me the spirit that has literally been hunting my entire life, which was Leviathan. I didn't even know what that was at the time when God revealed that name to me, but he did. And I don't advise anybody to do this, but when I confronted the spirit that was in the person, it knew that game was over. And yes, it did manifest, okay? It really did within that person. So I do not advise anyone to do that. But the thing is, I'm not scared. I've been going through spiritual things ever since I've been a kid, okay? So I'm not scared of stuff like this. It's just, I'm not. But I wouldn't advise you to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because when the spirit manifested in this person, not only their eyes turned black, their voice changed as well. Because I called them out on what they were doing the whole time. And I couldn't recognize the spirit. But when God, like, literally, like, told me the name of the spirit, it just made sense, because of, I've seen it before. Like, you could date different people, but it would be the same spirit in this. God revealed that to me many, many years ago, because I put on the pros and cons of when I was going through this phase. I was going through the pros and cons of why I was attracting certain type of people, because it's kind of like I had this letter on me to attract certain type of people. So I would literally work on myself to change the type of people that I wanted to, quote unquote, attract. But also I learned, and the thing is, no matter what, you could be the best person in the world, you always gonna attract filth. I'm not gonna word it down, filth, because that's exactly it is. It's like a moth to a flame, and really, that's the way how it is. You're gonna attract good and bad. I don't believe in the laws of attraction. You attract, but that's bull crap. I'm telling you, it really is. It's bull crap, because you can. I've seen other people. I've seen people who are what the world will call good, and people will always bombard them. The most filthiest, vile people will bombard them with their filth on them, trying to change them. And that's the whole point. They want to change you to be like them. And that's what I figured out towards the end. They want you to be like them. So when I confronted this spirit, this entity that was in this person, and when I said that, it had like this grin. I wish I can, like, you know what I'm saying? But it was angry that I figured it out. Not to mention someone else that literally that was hunting me down my entire life as well. When they got close to me or whatever, I revealed, like, you know, God let me know that that same spirit was in them. And as soon as I said it, it manifested in them as well. And it was pissed that I found out. Pissed, because why? It wanted to continue to do the very thing that it did. But in the end, sadly, this person did not listen, because God sent me to give them a word, you know what I'm saying, about some things, even though I didn't speak to them for years. And this is the one I have a testimony about refusing to give the word to, because of how evil they were and what they did to me. But it took me like 6 months to actually go give them the word. And when I did, you know, this person literally thought that everything that they did was a-okay. And not to mention, they start telling me exactly what they've been doing the last 20 years behind my back that I had no clue about. And yes, it was recruiting people. Yes, it was getting people that I dated. Yes, they were interfering with my jobs. Yes, they were doing all these things. So that's why I put all this stuff out. And I didn't go off on them. I let them talk, because I wanted to know what they did, and not to mention God was allowing me to see how far the enemy will go. Even though I didn't know, I knew there's some things were going on, but God exposed what the enemy does in darkness and to what you don't even know. So has this only happened to me? Absolutely not. It's happened to countless other people as well. And the person who was telling me at the time, they was just so proud of what they had did. But I'm going to tell you this. People say they get away. No, they don't. This person, health. This person was like 50 some years old, but they look like an 80-year-old person. That's how you know. Their health had went down big time. All these things had happened to them. And towards the end, they didn't listen. But when they died alone. They died with no one around them, and no one found them, not even for a week later. It was a sad situation. Even in their death, I cried because I feel like nobody should have to go out like this. And the thing is, what people don't understand, when you are so evil, this is what happens to you. People don't understand it. When you refuse to repent, when you refuse to turn away from your evil ways, when you refuse to do the very thing to be a decent human being. And it's not only with him, it's others as well who thought that maybe they got away. They trying to, who's been throwing a rock and hiding the hand. And this one of the very situations that I have been in. And it's not only like that for me, it's like that for you too, because honestly, you don't have to do a thing to these people. I myself have witnessed what can happen to people who are evil. If you don't understand that, not only in the Bible, go look in the Bible, because these people get destroyed by their own hand, and even people that's near them, but also go look in history books. It's literally like that in history as well. So you yourself don't have to do anything physically to them to get your get back or your payback. I'm telling you, because why you don't want to become like them. And is this everybody? No, it's not. I always talk to specific people, and there's very few of them out there. I'm going to put it like that. So it's a very small percentage. I'll say less than 1%. They out there. But they small few, because why? They know exactly what I'm talking about. They've been through it. They go through it. And yes, a lot of our stories can be similar, but it's not the same. There are people out there I know for a fact has been through a lot worse than me. There are people out there who've been through a lot worse than you. Some people make it and some people don't. And that's why I spread awareness. So that I'm like this, if you don't want to listen, honey, you don't have to. I'm not going to force you. But for those who do, it's to wake you up, because people are out here not playing. They will gather people against you. They will gather people close to you. And most likely you will be betrayed by the very person that's close to you. I'm telling you. That's the way how it works. You don't really have to worry about those out in the street. And what I have learned, the reason why people out in the street know so much about you, if it's even true, by the way. That's how you know if it's a lot of stuff or whatever getting back because of things. What is because it's somebody close to you. Now, if there's things out there in the street that's not true, you already know it's not coming from somebody that's close to you. It's coming from out there in the street, because why? They don't know. But when something kind of like your business get out, now you know what I'm talking about. Your business is because it's coming from home. It's coming from those around you. Remember that. So that's why I do this. So because these are things that people like me, we had to learn. Because nobody told us, nobody showed us. We literally had to learn. That's the way how it is in life. But unfortunately, a lot of people go through life never learning. They never freaking learn. And that's sad. Because even though we have been through a lot of tragic things, those tragic things does not have to make you. It does not have to be your banner. It does not have to be your name. It just,